If he beat this guy at a YMCA, he had the right to teach non-Asians because that was an issue back then. It was
Oh shit! Right now we got Emmanuel Sanchez versus Sam Celia. Fucking ready for the goddamn main event, everybody. Fedor versus Frank Mir. Fucking Fedor is gonna come in there like a Russian monster, and he's going to take the nightmares out of your head and put them back in your head. He is the boogeyman. No. Fedor is the last fucking emperor.
Romantic, like chicks think that that's romantic. Like you bite a girl's neck,
True Blood. But you know why? It's because it's the guy loves you so much. You love him so much. You're willing to be the undead
and live for eternity.
Yeah, go for eternity. Like the best one ever by far.
Twilight.
Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Bram Stoker.
Oh man, Sam Celia.
Yeah, dude, Tom Cruise killed it in that too. Killed it in that too. He was really good in that with that little girl.
That little girl was
killing people.
Beast.
That was fucked up.
What's that? That little girl's
Kristen Dunst.
Yes, she
amazing. She's amazing in that movie.
makeup on.
And then they don't burn when the sun hits them. Instead,
Blade, that was a vampire movie, right?
Blade's a fucking good one.
That's a good
one.
No,
Colin Farrell was a beast in that. That's a good movie.
There's probably more vampire movies than space movies.
No.
Let's
not get
no. I think there are.
No. I think just this year alone.
Star Wars, Aliens, Star Trek. You can just keep going on. Event Horizon.
Gravity.
You keep going on and on.
Manuel Sanchez versus Sam Celia. Featherweights 145. Emmanuel Sanchez 27-5'9", 145-71.
With that chick from Battlestar Galactica. Katie, how do you say her name? Sackhoff? She's badass.
You hear NASA.
Did you ever see Battlestar Galactica, the sci-fi version?
No, dude. Was that Battlestar Galactica with
old school
John Travolta, the worst movie of all time?
No,
right
Battlefield Earth.
There you go.
Yeah, you're fucking up today with the
names. I'm fucking up.
You know that Trump gave NASA a whole shitload of money, like $19 billion, and said, "Okay, here's the money, but we're going to the fucking moon. Let's go to the moon." So they started a campaign to go to the moon, and they just canceled the mission.
Why?
here we go. Round number 1. Emmanuel versus Cecilia. All right. Man, Fedor. Fedor is awesome, dude. I've been watching Fedor since I was a kid. It's actually pretty crazy, man, looking back. Like, I remember literally being a little kid and watching Fedor come out and destroy motherfuckers. Holy shit, night for jiu-jitsu, man. People coming in. Fucking Fedor. God damn, man. The night of jiu-jitsu. I got a Mexican backpack going on now. Cecilia fighting off Emmanuel. Emmanuel clinging to the back. Oh shit, he's got him in a fucking serious choke. A standing choke. From the side, though. Doesn't look like it's putting much pressure on the arteries. It's putting pressure on the windpipe and the spine, which isn't much of a choke, but it hurts like a bitch. Oh shit, night of jiu-jitsu. Fucking Emmanuel just tapped out Cecilia. Three consecutive submissions tonight. Goddamn, 3 submissions in a row. United Jiu-Jitsu, everybody. Coming up, Fedor versus Mir. Fucking play-by-play live here. Donate if you want to. God damn it. Fucking Einstein loves you.
Anything with his left hand? Well, he wasn't. If he just jumps full guard,
he's in trouble.
Okay,
He goes down.
there you go. Okay, it's over now.
Yeah, it's
No way he's gonna survive.
He's
That's it.
tapping.
Nope.
Got it.
No way.
Damn, Eddie Bravo
4
called that
fights,
shit.
4 submissions.
Arm triangle in full guard is death.
Eddie Bravo.
And how about the arm triangle from standing position?
Yep.
Drags him
What's
to the ground and
everybody
finishes
drinking
it.
Yep.
I'm sick.
That happens every now and then. You see it every now and then.
Full guard.
But you gotta,
Sideways, right?
you got. Be tapping people so much with your arm triangle. You have so much faith in it, and it's got to be your go-to to take a chance. It's like that. If it's not your go-to, that's why you don't really see it, because there's not that many fighters over on MMA that are known for amazing arm triangles.
Right.
It's kind of popular. It is probably, you know, I would say 25% of MMA fighters have high-level arm triangles. I would say maybe that's a little high, but, you know, about 25%.
Well, what he did there that was like special was get sideways. He was doing like a rear naked choke from the side.
Is that a Brazilian or a Mexican?
What is his name? Amy? They fought Sam
He pointed
Sicilia.
to the Brazil flag. Short.
This is dope. Look how he clamps the shit down. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Very interesting. The way he brought his hands in. I was like,
Because look how tight he gets it, man. He gets it super tight.
instead of being like
Emmanuel Sam.
this, it's like this. Or like that. So pull, because if you do it like this,
Chest,
That's
your
Mexican.
people.
Hell yeah.
Mexican, that's your people,
Hey,
bro.
Mexicans, they got heart.
Dude, this is phenomenal.
You don't need to make a cut.
World is going to end, and this ad is more important than this video you're about to watch, so don't skip it.
The Beast.
How
Kevin
great,
Lee,
how
the
great did Kevin Lee
Beast.
look?
Dude,
Kevin, see, I think Kevin Lee, Khabib was a great fight.
It's a great fight.
Yeah.
Because I think
who
Kevin
takes who down?
See, I think
Yeah,
Kevin
who
Lee
takes
does
who
things
down?
some things better than Khabib does, and Khabib does some things better than Kevin. But I think Kevin's better at the more important things.
It's hard to tell who does what better. It really is, because they're both so good at everything.
Not
and
when it
they
comes
got
to
good
striking.
striking.
Not when
They
it comes
both
to
got good
striking. Not when it
striking.
comes- no,
Who's
no.
better at striking?
Kevin.
Kevin Lee?
Kevin
By a
Lee's
long
better.
shot.
Yeah.
Khabib's good too.
He's good. Yeah, Khabib's good.
Ew,
But Kevin Lee's
that's
better.
a stretch.
He's better standing up. The real question is going to be in the wrestling, because Khabib's his number one goal is not stand up and have a kickboxing match with you. His number one goal is to maul you.
And whoever gets the takedown, it all comes down to how good the guy on the bottom is off his back.
Kevin's a better
How good
grappler.
he is.
Kevin's a better grappler.
He's better at finishing from the back.
Correct.
Like he has a really good rear
and
naked
look at his
choke.
mount and his
Yeah,
pass and his
his-
finish.
yeah.
His passing in that fight, the passing in the first of all, he took Barboza down quicker than Khabib did. Khabib struggled. Barboza shook him off a couple of times.
No.
But Khabib breaks everybody that grapples with him. You
Kevin,
find out.
you know, Kevin has a higher takedown success.
Right, but Khabib, even against guys that are really good like Dos Anjos, he mauls those
Correct.
motherfuckers. He
I
mauls
agree.
people.
No, it's a great fight.
It's a
man.
great
It's a
fight.
It
phenomenal
seems
fight.
like Kevin
Great
is the
fight.
kind of guy he's new to the. I mean,
He's 25 years old.
and
He's only
he-
25.
he-
yeah.
Um,
He's smart as fuck.
who knows
too,
who
man.
could take it?
Kevin Lee is smart as fuck, man.
Kevin Lee Khabib to me is the most interesting fight. Besides, as soon as
Don't
Tony
forget
gets
about
healthy.
Tony.
No, I was just gonna say.
Okay,
So,
don't
as
forget
soon
about
as Tony
Tony.
gets
Don't
healthy,
forget about Dre.
but he's out for a little bit.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's why
yeah.
Tony Khabib, I'd love to see that. But I'd love to see Tony Nate Diaz. But however, with Tony being hurt, so I don't put him in the discussion right now.
Okay,
So
that-
but Kevin Lee Khabib's the fight.
That's
for me.
fair.
That surgery,
That's
that stitches, the size of the fucking
Dude,
wound on
his
him.
whole-
I've never seen
his
anything
whole-
like that in my life.
It was like a motorcycle accident. His whole LCL came off.
That poor dude.
I've
man.
never seen anybody
it was
with
a
a
horrible
more
accident.
horrific like surgical wound on their knee.
That's
That's like
heartbreaking,
some
man.
1980s shit. Like when they used to have to open you up in like a suitcase and check around and replace shit. And
He's not a guy I'm worried about. You know, some guys when they get injured, I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah, I'm not worried about Tony for some reason.
Look at that though, dude. Do you know how big that is? That's a giant ass wound. That looks like a 12-inch wound.
They had to reattach the whole thing. That's a rare knee operation right there.
The fact that that happened while he was just walking and tripped is so fucking crazy. That a guy with his kind of balance, he must have been exhausted. That's the only thing that makes sense. He must have been just running ragged, doing all these interviews, and then like peaking
Just a
during
freak.
training.
It's just a freak accident.
Well, yeah, I'm just making things up. I don't know what the fuck happened. Fuck, but it's such a bummer. Oh, we should
He's
talk
already
about
training.
this. I've talked about this before. We should talk about it again. He was not wearing sunglasses. That was something. He misspoke. He said he was wearing prescription sunglasses to I.R.L. Helwani. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
It was a mistake.
Yeah.
So everybody's repeating this, including me and Dana and all those other people. We thought he was wearing sunglasses inside like he does when he does those stare downs. It's not what was going on.
Even if he was, I don't.
He was
think
wearing
that-
That's
regular
not-
glasses.
He
They
was wearing
weren't.
regular
They
glasses.
weren't sunglasses.
It had nothing to do with it. He just tripped.
I don't care what sunglasses.
But the people were mocking him.
Oh, really? That
Yeah,
sucks.
but it's especially when the guy is like at the
Hey,
door
I
to the
know.
most important fight of
Tony
his career.
would have fought anyway.
He can't fight till the end of the year.
When's
So
Ramadan?
he's out for a few months because of his religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you do what? Eddie Alvarez.
You know
Poirier?
who fought through Ramadan, went through his training camp through Ramadan is Bilal Muhammad. He figured out a way to do it. And the way to do it is to not train till nighttime. Make sure he eats first and then trains at nighttime.
Dude,
but he did
good
it. He
luck.
fought well. No, he did it. He did it and he fought well. He just
do it.
adjusted his
Who did he
training
fight?
camp. I forget. I don't remember who he
You know what
fought.
I'm saying? At
We'd have to watch
at a
it.
championship level, I would hold off too if I'm Khabib.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
But you can do it.
But I remember he fought a good guy. I don't remember who it was.
I
but
remember
it
watching
was
it.
interesting.
Yeah, he figured out his schedule where he
Yes.
could pull it off.
Yeah.
It can't be the best way to go about it.
Not the best way to go.
He's
If
a badass,
You wouldn't
though.
do it if it wasn't for your religion. There's no way you
Correct.
would do it. Just because for performance, there's no way you would do it. But you could do it. It could be done because you just got to wait till dark, right?
If I'm Khabib, though, I just
Yeah, that's
sun
not that
up,
hard.
sun down.
It's not that hard.
It's not ideal.
Yeah,
though.
it's not ideal.
You know,
First
it's
of all,
awesome.
if you're gonna do it, you wouldn't do it like that. Like
You wouldn't do it during the
you
day.
wouldn't do it like that, and you would do it where you stop eating at like 5 p.m. and then you would go all through
But
the
if you're-
night.
if
you
you're
want to have
doing-
like a long.
Some people argue that's not good.
Who argues that's not good?
Well, just from our human genetics, that you're gonna be hungry at night, right? So you don't get as good a sleep.
Yeah, but it depends on what kind of foods you eat.
Everybody's ready for the main event soon. Fedor versus Frank Mir. It's gonna be fucking amazing. I've been waiting for this fight for a couple months now. I mean, I'm curious to see how Fedor comes out, man, because last time he came out wasn't too great. It didn't look like the traditional Fedor we're used to. But everybody's allowed to lose a couple times. No, I'm not gonna show the fights, man. The fuck, you want me to get my channel fucked up or something? I didn't mean to mislead you in any way, but no, I'm not showing the fights. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna do play-by-play as it's going on. Right now they're on a commercial break. There's no fights going on. Else I would be talking about the fights. And down the road, we got King Mo versus Ryan Bader.
Mexicans are
nobody,
known
but
for
they destroy
cardio.
all the white kids.
Mexicans are really known for cardio. It's very interesting.
Heart.
Heart and cardio.
Left hooks.
True. Look at the boxers. Look at the MMA
Yep.
fighters.
MMA fighters, boxers, yep, known for cardio. How about Julio Cesar Chavez?
Left
That
hooks.
motherfucker just was overwhelming. He never stopped coming at you. He was so beautiful when he was in his prime. When he
We're
would
about
throw
to have Eric
combinations like to the
Wisely
body,
versus
to the head,
Morgan
uppercut, step to
Sickinger
the side, right hand, left hook, right hand,
at
to the body.
150.
He was just non-stop. His volume was so impressive, and his placement just fucking amazing. Hey, what's going on here?
The fights went so
Yeah,
fast, they're just tossing us fights.
Fedor's
Yeah.
not ready.
The record
I
is
see.
held by a 25-year-old Russian.
Oh, shit.
Powerful EPO.
Yeah. I just-
11:28.
I can't trust anything. they
After
do right
Icarus, man.
Yeah.
After Icarus, you're like, wait, what?
now. I hear Russian, I assume.
You can't trust them? I mean, aren't
Oh,
all
we
countries
too.
doing
For
the
sure.
same shit?
For sure. 100%. 100%.
They just got busted.
Yeah.
Once you watch Icarus, though, you go.
I saw it.
Well, even when Zach was talking
They
to
got
me about
busted.
the testing,
True, they got cut.
when Zach was talking to me about testing for these things, he was kind of letting on that one of the things that's different is the culture of the guys that run 100 miles. Like, it's not in the culture. Whereas, like, in the cycling culture, it's a big part of the culture. Like, everybody does it. But in that ultra marathon world is a brain world. That's a world of, like, how much can you take? Like, you can physically do it. They're not doing anything crazy physically like
No.
Usain Bolt
Yeah.
or someone who
They're
can
not
just,
gifted
right,
genetically.
right. But they're
They're all small,
brains.
though, right? I would love to do that.
Yep.
Another
Down.
sub.
Another fucking sub.
God
Beautiful.
damn.
Submission.
It's
a
a
seminar
seminar
of
of jiu-jitsu.
Seminash.
Dylan's right.
Seminash.
High level jiu-jitsu tonight so
Very
far.
nice.
Oh,
It's hit.
shit.
What were we just saying? What were we just talking
Oh, I was
about?
saying those guys are small, though. Genetically,
Yeah,
they're not
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
freaks.
No,
I
they're
wish I
small.
could do it, but I'm just too goddamn
Four
big.
submissions
Yeah.
in
It's
a
a
shame.
row.
Well, you'd have to lose weight for sure. You'd have to dry yourself out.
Oh, yeah.
It's too
I don't
hard.
love it that much.
Even when Cam, when he does like the big ones, like
Submissions.
when he did the Moab 240, he got down to 160 rather, 165, I think.
Damn,
even
he's a big dude.
he usually weighs about 185. He might have got to 160. He might have actually got right below 160. But he's so hardcore. You know how he did it? He just worked out, burned 4,000 calories, ate 3,000. Just
You
kept
see,
doing
he
that.
did, he did
But
something.
it's hard to do.
Beast.
Your mind.
4,000 calories?
I wish they would show that again. But the way he set that arm bar up, it was remember the teepee where
Yeah.
you're crossing your ankles and you extend your legs instead of leg curl them?
Yeah.
Well, he extended them and put everything in a right angle.
and
then
then
he hit
flipped it over.
Then he hit the
Dude,
arm
he has
bar
a
from there.
sick ass tattoo, too. That's some Game
Yeah.
of Thrones shit.
Yeah. Do you know what I've been watching? Vikings.
I can't get into Vikings.
Dude, it's a good goddamn show. You got
Is
to
it?
get 4 episodes in.
Did you watch Westworld?
No, I haven't watched
I heard
the new season.
Westworld
I'm
gets
wait-
too complicated now.
I was
letting it
lost.
pile up.
I saw
That's what I
I
heard.
saw first episode. I'm like, shit, what's
Did
going
you
on?
guys refresh any of the old ones before you started the new one? Because it's been a
Westworld?
while.
The preview
Yeah.
is
no.
like 3 minutes long. They kind of give you a
Oh,
good
okay.
background of it.
I never
But
got into
basically, the opening is all the robots. Or
Don't
the-
tell me anything.
Okay.
Don't tell me. How
Four
dare
You'll
you?
find out right
submissions in a
away.
row.
I'm just waiting for Game of
Spoiler
Thrones.
alert.
Were you confused?
Don't get confusing.
For the first season was very confusing also. It took a while to figure
They're
out.
saying now, what
Yeah.
season are they in now? 3?
Second.
Second. They're saying it's so confusing. They're losing subscribers. Like ratings are just
Ah,
fucking.
it's too
What?
big.
How do they know?
There's Fedor warming up.
An episode.
Yeah, it's
I
just,
just
one
read
episode.
that. I just read that, bro.
Really?
It's the same
Yeah.
thing
You
with.
know what? I
It's
think
one
people
episode,
just write shit like that just to be assholes. I
You
think
think?
today, yeah, I think
Or
there's
maybe the writer's confused. So like
You-
everyone's confused.
you talked about it. See how you
Correct.
talked
Not
about
validated.
it? You talked about it because it's a thing that you want to hear and go, oh man, look what's going on over there.
No, I don't
It's
care.
too complicated.
I like West.
Oh, well, I heard they're losing subscribers.
Maybe.
Or lose
Why are you being a
subscribers.
hater?
So that's like if you're gonna sell magazines or an article and you want to appeal to that mindset that we were just talking about earlier, that's what you would write.
You're right. But I'm saying is that the last thing I read was that on Westworld. I don't watch Westworld. I've
good
never.
show.
People dig
You
it.
never watched it?
No,
You got to start from scratch. I'm telling you, it's a good show.
I know people love it, man.
You can't do it.
I don't know.
You seem like you're never gonna do it. I'm talking to you right now. You're like, yeah.
I was the same way with Game of Thrones, but then you guys talked me into it. That's my favorite show of all time.
There you go.
I'm telling you,
Same
dude.
thing.
Get season 1 of Vikings. These dudes fuck people up. It's fun.
It's on
And
History
it's
Channel.
good
right?
acting.
What's the
too,
premise?
man. It's basically a historical
Viking.
reenactment of the Viking days.
Based on a true story?
Yeah, Ragnar Lothbrok, who was a real Viking. Apparently.
real shit.
If you
They
think
knew,
all that's
they
real,
wrote
you guys-
down every
Fresh
word.
fries.
Listen to me, man. They wrote down every word they said all throughout the day, his whole life. So they got it. They
So
got
it's there.
they
So
got-
he buys it. He fucking buys
Who
it.
the fuck you gonna even get that can read Viking? You know, who knows what the guy said and did? But it's a really well-made show. It's the acting is fucking amazing.
What season are they on?
I think they have 5 seasons.
What are they
Damn.
trying to do? They're just trying to go from town to town?
Dude, I don't want to.
The
I don't want to fuck it up.
You don't
But
know-
it's based on real sieges that they did when they
There's no
attacked
spoiler. It's
Paris.
just history.
They attacked England. They attacked Wessex. They killed a fuckload of people. They showed up on boats and just jumped out with axes and just started fucking up villages. It's based on
Some
that,
barbaric shit.
but it's really well done, man. I was skeptical. I never heard anything about it, and someone was saying you gotta watch
Netflix
Vikings.
or Hulu?
No, I got it on Apple. It's probably on Netflix.
it was
I
on,
don't know.
it's a History Channel.
It was a History Channel show. I just subscribed to it on iTunes. I got that Apple, what is it, iHome? What is that shit called? Apple TV.
Yeah,
Right?
I heard Frontier's good too. It's about the fur trading business with,
yeah?
with your boy,
Jason Momoa?
Yeah, heard it's really good too.
Interesting.
I don't watch any of them. Yeah.
Vikings, though. I'm hooked. I just finished season 3.
Damn, you're into it.
It's fucking good, man. It's a good show. It's one of those underrated shows that you're like, how do I not know about this one?
I've heard about them, just not Vikings or like
I
never.
love that shit. Yeah, you do like that shit. I love that shit.
I watch Teen Mom, guys.
Did you guys watch Wild Wild Country? That's good.
Oh, I'm scared.
Oh,
I'm
that's
scared
real
to
good.
watch that.
Wild Wild Country. It's a docu series.
It's on that guy, the sex cult guy, right?
Yeah, it's more of a it's like an Indian dude. His name is he has like 3 different names, but his religion was half Buddhist, half capitalist.
I'm in.
Like
I'm in. You guys.
so you could be spiritual,
But you want to
and
make
live
bank,
in
bro.
luxury too.
Yes,
Yeah, he could do both.
I'm in.
Chael Sonnen.
He says, I believe in luxury. I believe we all should live in luxury. But if you can't live in luxury, I'm going to live in luxury myself.
Is he a bad guy?
That guy right there.
Oh, yeah.
He's super pimped out. All these
He dyed his beard mint green?
So what happens? They get kicked out of India. So he has all these rich followers, and they built a city in Oregon, like
Holy shit.
out in the middle of nowhere. They built this gigantic city in Oregon in the 80s, and all these people from all over the world ended up moving there. And the surrounding towns, just like old white people, they go to war, and that's what the documentary is about. It's pretty awesome. It's awesome.
Was he having sex with everyone or what, man?
It isn't
I'm
about
not really
that.
into it.
It's not about that. It's about him starting a new city with like tens of thousands of people in
All
the
white
middle
people.
of Oregon, and they got all these old white people out there going, "What the fuck is going on?"
So was it about a sex cult?
They believed in free sex and all that stuff, but
course.
it wasn't.
Who
It was.
doesn't?
Yeah.
It's
The
not.
cult
It's
leaders
not.
always
They're
just
not
doing it for
focusing
that.
on that. It's more about. They had the
They
finances.
had a culture.
They had the finances to literally build a high-level city in the middle of nowhere
And when did this all go down?
in the 80s.
Okay, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I can't watch it this weekend. I'll
It's
watch it
really
soon.
good. It's
I'll watch it soon.
really good, man. You won't regret that one.
Okay. Beautiful.
The cult leaders are always charismatic and they're always trying to fuck everyone.
Why else would you start a cult?
Why else?
Why else? Well, you just want everybody to just listen to you?
No.
I believe
fuck
in
you,
luxury.
money.
And then you want the pussy.
Correct.
Come on.
Every time.
cult of personality, and the type of person that would want to have all those people. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move to Oregon. We found a spot.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it was. It's a bunch of white people from all over the world, but they were rich.
I know
Yeah.
someone whose family was involved in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did they say good things about it?
No.
It's interesting to see how it all comes crashing down, though. That's the interesting part. It's like, how does it come crashing down? Because it doesn't exist. I don't know what's
a
going
friend
on
of
with it.
friend of mine's ex-girlfriend from like 20 plus years ago. She grew up in that.
And that one in Oregon.
I think it's that one.
She was a
I'm
freak.
pretty sure it's that one.
She was a freak.
I'd have to ask him. I don't know how I'd bring that up.
Really? You can't just text him?
Yeah, I
Hey,
can.
bro, watching this doc. Wasn't your old girlfriend in this?
Yeah. Imagine that, man. Imagine like you being in one of them cults and like being like 10 years old and like looking around going, what is going on? Why does the Maharaja keep fucking my mom? Like, what's happening here?
You're not going to grow up normal.
Yeah.
You'll be pretty damaged.
Mom, what are you doing? Well, the sacred one brings to me blessings.
my
Dude, he had all these Rolls Royces in the middle of Eastern Oregon.
Shit.
He would just, he had multiple, like endless Rolls Royces.
Balling.
I believe in luxury. And then the line is, if I can't manage to make everybody live in luxury, at least I can manage to live in luxury myself.
Just full of shit.
Didn't fucking R. Kelly get in trouble recently? They think he's running a cult.
Yeah, he has these sex slaves, so he has one house.
Kind of.
Well, no, what he does is he has one house where he stays. Then he has a next door he bought the house. He's a bunch of flock of bitches in there. And so the parents of those kids are like, he's holding them hostage. They're sex slaves. He's taking away their confidence when really he's just, pimping. Yeah, he's pimping.
R. Kelly.
Part of his inner circle resign amid sex pet allegations. Is this today?
I haven't heard about the pets.
This last week, this is what we
Oh my God.
was telling you about.
Two high-profile women have resigned their roles after new revelations emerged in a BBC Three documentary. Oh, that's what we're talking about.
How about that
Boston.
girl from Smallville? Did you hear about that? What the fuck is going on there?
Yes. What
That's-
in the fuck?
Like, she's trying to recruit actresses to be in the sex cult with
when did
something
she do all
Rainier-
this? When did she do? Is this from the past?
I don't know the
Yeah, I think it was from the past a little bit, but also
no, I think it's
should she go to
current.
prison for that?
Yeah.
It's recent.
Yeah, she was trying to get Emma Watson to join or something like that. I don't know. This is just stuff that's coming on the mainstream media. Maybe it's all bullshit. I don't know.
Well, she's
Yeah.
going to prison though. Yeah.
Why would she do that?
And they would have parties. This thing that she was involved in at Richard Branson's island.
Look at this. It says she's accused of being a leader and a prime
Sounds
recruiter
awesome.
for a sorority-esque group
Right?
of young women who were manipulated into serving as slaves for male masters. She's facing 15 years to life imprisonment on the charges of sex trafficking, conspiracy to commit forced labor. Okay, now let me ask you this. If you run into a bunch of girls, okay, say you're this girl, and your thing is like being in a cult with one master who gets to fuck all these women, who's to say that you shouldn't be into that if you're her, right?
I know.
And now who's to say if she goes and talks to a bunch of other girls and talks them into having sex with this guy, why is that bad?
That's what I'm saying. Was she
it's
get
not
into
what you
the
want
house?
your daughter to do. It's not what you want your sister to do. But we all know people that like getting tied up.
100%.
We know people that like smacking each other and
like
hitting
being
each other and
sex
shit,
slaves.
and like being, well, not really maybe slaves, but whatever. People like kinky shit. Let's just say that, right? They like kinky shit. Why is it that we can decide that that's too kinky?
Well, because is she bringing those girls there and then they're keeping them?
Right, that's the question. If that's the case, of course.
It
then
says
100%
forced labor.
kidnapping.
It says forced labor up there, right? If you scroll
Right, but
back
if
up.
you turn someone into your slave and you said, slave, you're going to clean my kitchen. And they're like, yes, master. And it's like part of some weird kinky shit you do.
Yeah.
And then after they clean your kitchen, then you mouth fuck them.
Yeah.
Like if you just decide, like you have some weird
So
thing.
aggressive,
But
but
people
yeah.
are weird like that, right?
I know.
And some people like it. Some people like weird shit. And then there's some people that get talked into joining a cult and they get talked into these horrible situations. They actually do become sex slaves. So how do you know which is which? How do you know like which is a consenting of age adult who really loves being a part of some super kinky shit.
I know.
Versus someone who's coerced into joining a sex cult and who is like held against their will. Like there's a line there, right?
What the
Like
fuck?
they seem kind of
Oh,
similar
shit,
from
it's
the
time for
outside,
the
but there is a
main
line. Right? I don't
event.
know what the fuck happened in this situation. I literally don't know anything
I
other
do
than
know.
the fact
They
that
would,
she got
they would,
arrested.
I know what happens. So
Fedor Emelianenko versus Frank fucking Mir. God damn it. It's time, everybody.
I've had a number of people over last few years ask me questions about hitting an I.R.L. Again, staying accountable.
Holy shit, Frank fucking Mir versus Fedor Emelianenko. Oh shit, coming down the fucking walker. Here comes Frank Mir. Looking big. Ain't looking too bad.
In Verizon, all these other cell phones, providers here in the United States, and they literally issued a warning I was like, I've never heard of that before. And then there was something about some sort of hacking that they think they did. They're going to take him to court, prosecute him for something they did with Iran. This is another thing about it. But then I've heard people online say that they're suspicious that what this is trying to squash China from entering into the electronics market. It's like the top three people in cell phones are Apple, Samsung, and Huawei is number 3 worldwide.
It's a threat.
And to stop Huawei in America would be like an economic thing because they're worried about China increasing the amount of money they have.
Who can you believe?
I don't know.
But you know,
hard.
if you're interested in following QAnon, a lot of people analyze his drops, but there's a YouTube channel called Just Informed. Just Informed, but he breaks it down every day.
Okay.
He talks about all that stuff.
So it's all interesting because you got to know that if
Just
a
informed
company
talk.
is that big, and here's the thing that the super dorks, like Jamie and I have been going back and forth about this, because the super dorks online, I say that with all due respect, the dudes who really understand cell phones, they're calling bullshit. Because they're like, if they were spying on you, these guys who develop apps and who understand phones, these like super
They would
hacker
know.
type dudes, they'd be able to find the code.
100%.
They'd be like, yeah, this shit's spying on you. It's listening to you.
Yeah,
Here's what the code. This is what it's doing. Microphone set to 1 instead of to 0.
Yeah,
They're
because I've
listening.
heard as good as the Russian hackers are wherever in the world, the best are in America. Whatever they can do, we can find.
Best everything.
That's
right?
what they say.
Right, son.
As far
No
as
matter what the
I'm going
fuck it
fucking
is.
silent. I'm
We're best
listening
in
to
suck
the
America.
fucking
Drop
shit.
a bomb. America.
He's still explosive.
He hit him with a leg kick first, and then he faked the leg